My fellow Americans and people of the world, this is Donald Trump, and I want to wish you a happy Passover. Let us together recount the story of this special, unbelievable holiday. On Passover, we commemorate the exodus from Egyptian slavery, which Jared taught me. The following is a brief summary that he taught me about. Jacob's family came to the beautiful Egypt, a good country, great country, because there was famine in Canaan, which, by the way, was very sad. So Joseph, viceroy to the Pharaoh, settled his family in the land of Goshen, apart from the Egyptians, which, by the way, was a nice place. I mean, quite frankly, if I could, I would have built a Trump Tower there. But sadly, Joseph's contribution to Egyptian society was forgotten after his death. And the new Pharaoh, an insecure train wreck of a leader, felt threatened by the success of Israelites and enslaved them with cruel and bitter labor. Alerted to a prophecy that the Israelites would be led to freedom by a boy yet to be born, the dopey Pharaoh ordered all newborn Jewish boys cast into the Nile, an evil man, that I can tell you. Yocheved, a wonderful mother, was very smart. She set her newborn son adrift in the Nile in a little basket where he could be found. And believe it or not, he was, by the Pharaoh's daughter who adopted him. But years later, Moses came upon an Egyptian beating an Israelite, and outraged, Moses slew the Egyptian and fled Egypt for fear they would find out, which they probably would. So Moses took refuge in Midian with a great friend Jethro. He then marries Jethro's daughter, unbelievably, Zipporah, great lady. So one day while shepherding Jethro's sheep, Moses came upon a burning bush, which was not consumed, from which God instructed him to go back and lead the Israelites out of Egypt. Moses, joined by his older brother Aaron, went to Pharaoh and demanded the release of Israelites. Moses went to Pharaoh and said, God is not happy with the way you treat the Jewish people, kind of like how the fake news treats me. Horrible. He said, God wants you to let the Jewish people leave Egypt and go into the desert. Well, they will be free. But Pharaoh stamped his foot and shouted, I will never let the Jewish people go. Moses warned, if you do not listen to God, many terrible things will come to your land, like plagues. But Pharaoh would not listen, and so the plagues arrived. First, the water turned to blood. Next, frogs and wild animals ran in and out of homes. Balls of hail fell from the sky, and locusts ate all the Egyptians' food. Each time a new plague began, the train wreck Pharaoh would cry, Moses, I'll let the Jewish people go. Please, stop these horrible plagues. But then he would change his mind. What a total idiot. And he would say the Jews must stay. Unbelievable. This Pharaoh was a total flip-flopper. That's what I call him. Pharaoh the flip-flopper. Flip-flopping Pharaoh, right? Total idiot. Horrible train wreck. A choke artist. Finally, as the 10th plague arrived, the plague of the firstborn, Pharaoh ordered the Jews to leave Egypt. Pharaoh finally said yes, and the Jews left Egypt. Matzah in hand. They were very happy. Pharaoh changed his mind and chased the Israelites, who were eventually trapped between the Egyptian army and the Sea of Reeds, which was a very bad place to be, believe me. But the sea miraculously split apart, and they crossed safely while the pathetic Egyptians drowned in the returning waters. Only the Pharaoh survived. The Israelites then continued their beautiful journey to Mount Sinai, not the hospital, where they received the Torah. And we loved the Israelites, right, folks? Great people, amazing people, very tough, believe me. So each year at Passover, we eat special foods, we sing songs, we tell stories, and we participate in Seder, a special meal designed to help us remember this miraculous journey from slavery to freedom. I'm President Donald Trump, and you're watching JTV. Happy Passover.
To stay up to date with JTV content, click subscribe here if you're on YouTube and hit the alarm bell. And if you're on Facebook, hit the like button and under following, click see first. If you enjoy watching JTV content and want to help us continue to grow, please consider making a donation to us by clicking here.